What up, guys? I'm about to show you a couple of my favorite ab exercises, a couple of the underrated ones. The Bosu ball, in terms of equipment, is probably the most underrated piece of equipment when it comes to training your core. The reason for that is because the posture that it puts you in, it allows you to get into without any risk of injury. So we want to have lumbar extension and flexion, open up our thoracic spine, which is kind of your mid-back, opens up your sternum a little bit, and this allows us to do it. So instead of laying on a flat, like on the ground, on a flat surface where you don't have that extension or anything, you lay on the ball, and the ball will really open you up. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Puts us in a biomechanical preferred position. So the first one I'm going to do is, I call this Bosu ball left, right, center. Keep it simple. You're going to sit on the front quarter of the ball, front fifth of the ball maybe. You're going to put your feet up on the wall. Now you don't have to have your feet flat or super high. Just keep your feet on the wall. This will minimize our hip flexors role in this movement. Okay, hands are on your ears. Don't be like pulling your head like crazy, looking like a wombat. I don't know why I said wombat, but hands on your ears. Here you go, right elbow to your left knee. All the way back, create that extension. Left elbow to your right knee. And then straight up on the center. So again, left, right, center. So you always want to make sure that you're opening up, and then also with your elbow, don't shoot for the inside of your knee, shoot for the outside. That way you're really getting a solid range of motion here. So there's a difference between here and there. So that's Bosu ball, left, right, center. Try it out. I usually do 4 to 5 complete reps, meaning left, right, center. That's 1 rep, 4 to 5 of those for 2 to 3 sets. This one is a burner. If you haven't done it, definitely check it out. Another great ab exercise using the Bosu ball. Another great ab exercise is simply a Bosu ball sit-up. You can do this with your feet on the ground or on the wall. I'm gonna do them on the ground, but against the wall. So again, I'm gonna have my hip flexors in mostly a fixed position here. That way, I'm not getting those into the equation a whole lot. A lot of people, when they do sit-ups, especially when they try to do low abs, see if I can show this to you. But a lot of times, like, they'll do exercises like this and think they're doing abs. This is just hip flexion and hip extension the majority of the time. And especially when you're laying flat on the ground, you're hardly even using your core for stabilization. So that, to me, is a pretty pointless exercise if you're targeting your core doing that exercise. So this one, again, taking our hip flexors out of the equation by having my feet against the wall. Still sitting on the front quarter of the ball here. Getting nice and comfortable. And other than that, I'm just doing a sit-up, but I'm not sitting all the way up. Again, so I don't want to stay super long here. All right, the biggest thing I want to do is, again, insertion and attachment of my core, of our rectus abdominis anyways, is going to be down by our hip flexors and at our sternum. So we want to create a closer distance from here to here. So if I just sit up super long and tall, my hands never got closer together. My insertion and the origin did not get closer, okay? So did not create a contraction. Versus if I come up, stay nice and tight, now you can tell my hands are a lot closer. Small, minute detail, but the biggest game changer in the entire thing. So make sure we're always crunching down on ourselves, getting our sternum closer to our hips. If you want to make this exercise harder, it's very, very simple. You just create a longer lever, meaning, okay, this is fine. If you want to do this, this is fine. If that becomes too easy for you over time, creating a longer lever, all you're doing, you can put your hands out, right? So you put your hands all the way out here. That'll make this exercise way more difficult. And you can even start by just going hands here, moving them back a little bit as you get better at it, and then back even further. And again, most of the time when I train abs, I'm only doing like 8 to 12 reps. I see people in here doing like 30, 40, 50 reps. And I think that's ridiculous, and I don't think you have to do that if you train your abs properly. So pay attention to the position you're in, the attachment or the insertion in the origin of each muscle, and it's honestly simple.